Hello, everyone. This is Shawn Parker with Fill in the Blank, bringing you our Christmas message. We are thankful this year for the wonderful things that have happened, the hard work of so many people to protect our freedom and to make sure that our country is safe. As we watch a world where we continue to see despotism, we continue to see nonsense, we continue to see anarchy that occurs. America is a blessed country. Last year at Christmas, we talked about George Washington's crossing the Delaware and how the Revolution was saved. This year, I'd like to remind you of the story of what happened in 1944 during the week of December 20th. We had recently, in June, gone through D-Day, put our troops all across France and into Belgium and Luxembourg. But the Germans launched a counteroffensive. A lot of people know that as the Battle of the Bulge. It was a very successful counteroffensive. It was one that we didn't think that they could put together. And during that time frame, a number of our best soldiers, the 101st Airborne Division, were encircled and trapped. It looked like all was lost. The Germans had very, very successfully cut off supply lines, had them in shelling range, and there was no food. The winter had set in. It was a cold snap similar to what we're going to be experiencing here in the Midwest over the next few hours. And I have to say that I couldn't imagine being a young 18, 19, 20-year-old boy who's left home and is off on his own with his soldier mates, his brothers in arms, facing that. Especially with Christmas being around the corner, Christmas being special to all Americans at all times. With that, the American resiliency was trying to figure out how to take care of our troops that were over there. The Germans sent a letter to General McAuliffe, who was the commander of the besieged American troops. I have the letter that I wanted to read to you. I think it's the way that we have to think and position ourselves as Americans when we face adversity, when we face times that we don't understand, when we face the challenges that present themselves against our freedom and against our thought and against all of our values and virtues that we hold so dearly. The letter from General von Lutwitz, who was the German commander, goes as follows. To the USA commander of the encircled town of Bastogne. The fortune of war is changing. This time, the USA forces in and near Bastogne have been encircled by strong German armored units. More German armored units have crossed the river, are near Orthevaux, have taken Marche, and reached St. Hubert by passing through Ambré-Cibré-Tillet. Libremont is in German hands. Now, what he was doing there was basically saying, we are winning every area around you, and we are taking all the territory. The letter proceeds, there is only one possibility to save the encircled USA troops from total annihilation. That is the honorable surrender of the encircled town. In order to think it over, a term of 2 hours will be granted beginning with the presentation of this note. If this proposal should be rejected, 1 German artillery corps and 6 heavy AA battalions are ready to annihilate the USA troops in and near Bastogne. The order for firing will be given immediately after this 2 hours term. All the serious civilian losses caused by this artillery fire would not correspond with the well-known American humanity. Signed, the German commander. As we all know, shortly after receiving that communication, General McAuliffe responded and sent back a note, and his answer was one that Americans are very proud of, one that defines who we are. It was one word, nuts, with an exclamation mark. I think that's what we have to think about and contemplate in this time. We have to recognize that the rest of the world looks at us. And if you consider some of the words in this note, this would not correspond well with the well-known American humanity. Even at that time, Europe and the foreign world knows that our hearts are big and that America is the most giving nation in the world. But when you challenge America in that way, when you challenge us from outside, when you challenge us from the inside, our answer is nuts. That's who we are as a people. We've had to earn our way to having that swagger and to having that pride. So with that, let us think about all of our troops who are overseas, our troops that are serving locally, and our veterans who may be suffering, may not have everything that they need. Keep them in your prayers and your thoughts. If you have an opportunity to volunteer with some of the veterans charities, that's a great thing to do. You'll get good points for that in life and in the next life. So we want to wish you a Merry Christmas on that. We want you to be proud. We're proud of you. We're going to have great things in the year ahead. Great things. And also for friends of other faiths, happy Hanukkah. May you enjoy this time with your families, as America is a great melting pot of so many. And as we move forward into the next year, let's all look at each other, recognize that we are all Americans first, and that Americans are the shining light of the world, and you are a part of the candle flame that makes that glow so brightly. Merry Christmas.